hello guys. So our topic is overfitting. Okay. So first of all, we will look at what is overfitting. So a simple definition of overfitting can be like overfitting is a term defined in machine learning which is used when a model is trained on a dataset so closely that it negatively impacts the performance of that model on a new dataset. Okay. So it basically means that in overfitting, we try to train the data so much that it should match every point on dataset and with so much attributes and so much complex training models. So it creates a problem for a new data point to fit in the model. The problem is that these concepts do not apply to new data and negatively impacts the model ability to generalize. Okay. So it basically means that in overfitting, we try to put every point into our measures. Okay, we try to fit every point into our model, and due to that the model becomes very much complex, and so that's why it becomes very difficult for a new data point to fit into the model with so much attributes and complexity. Okay, so let's try to understand this with an example. So let's say we have to predict where the given item is a ball or not. And we have to define too many parameters for that. Like, so our example is we have to predict that the given item is a ball or not. Okay. So the following parameters can be: it should be spherical in shape, it should have a radius of 5 centimeter, it should not be a fruit, it should not be eatable, it should bounce with a speed of 5 meter per second. So these are the different parameters that we have defined. So you can see that there are very much parameters and many more parameters. We can try to fit a model with every data point and get a model. Okay, and we get a very complex model with these data points. Okay, so as we can see, we get a very complex model which makes it very difficult for a new data point to fit into our previous model. Okay, so like we train our data with so much of attributes, so it becomes very difficult for our test data to come and fit into our model with so much of attributes. So there is a very high risks of misconception. Okay, so it becomes very difficult for a data model if it becomes overfitted. So that's it.
So we should know some methods to overcome overfitting. First of all, we can focus on cross-validation method. It's a very powerful method. Mainly there are some three types of cross-validation: k-fold cross-validation, stratified k-fold cross-validation, leave one out cross-validation. The first one is k-fold cross-validation. The procedure has a single parameter called k that refers to the number of groups that a given data sample to be split into. As such, the procedure is often called k-fold cross-validation. When a specific value for k is chosen, it may be used in place of k in the reference to the model. Like if we use k equal 4, we can show a image. Yeah, we just take the group as a holdout or test dataset and rest of the groups as a training dataset. Then we feed the model and evaluate it on the test dataset. And we repeat this until each individual group has been used as testing set. In stratified k-fold cross-validation is same as k-fold cross-validation. It just little bit difference. The splitting of data into folds may be governed by criteria such as ensuring that each fold has the same proportion of the observation with a given categorical value, such as the class outcome value. That is called stratified cross-validation. In leave one out cross validation. Mainly this approach leaves one data point out of training data. Guess if you have n data points in the original sample, then n minus 1 samples are used to train the model and p points are used as the validation set. Then you can ask me how to decide the value of k. The value of k is chosen such that each train or test group of data samples is large enough to be a statically representation of the broader dataset. Normally k equal 4, 5, 10 is very common in the field of applied machine learning. And next one is remove features. When building a machine learning model in real life, it's almost rare that all the variables in the datasets are useful to build a model. Adding redundant variable reduces the generalization capacity of the model and may also reduce the overall accuracy of the classifier. Furthermore, adding more and more variables to a model increases the overall complexity of the model. So what we can do, we just use the valid feature in our dataset. We should just use most important feature and we should remove unnecessary features which can be cause of overfitting. Main goal is to find the base set of features that allows one to build useful models of studied phenomenon. Early stopping is another prevention method. Guess if we let a complex model train long enough on a given dataset, it can eventually learn the data exactly. Given data that is not represented in the training set, the model will perform poorly when analyzing the data. Conversely, if the model is trained for a few epochs, the model could generalize well but will not have a desirable accuracy. So what we can do? We just split our data into three components: training set, validation set, test set. The training set is used exclusively to train the model and to determine accuracy on the training set. The validation set is used to determine how well the model generalizes to unseen data. When the error on the training set begins to deviate from the error on the validation set, a threshold can be set to determine the early stopping condition and the ideal number of epochs to train. In regularization method, it's mainly a form of regression that constrain the coefficient estimates towards zero. In other words, the technique discourages learning a model, complex or flexible model, so as to avoid the risk of overfitting. Here we can see L2 regression, regularization and L1 regularization. Lambda is the regularization parameter. It's actually a hyperparameter whose value is optimized for better result. Guess you want to buy a new car. Will you walk up to the first car shop and buy one based on the advice of the dealer? It's highly unlikely. You would likely browse a few web portals where people have posted their reviews and compare different car models, checking for their features and price. You will also ask your friends and colleagues for their opinion. In short, you would not directly reach a conclusion, but will instead make a decision considering opinions of the people as well. Ensemble models in machine learning operator on a similar idea. They combine the decision from multiple models to improve the overall performance. they are obviously better than a single model. Holdout is a very common process. We just split our data set into two part, training set and testing set. Normally we do as usual. We just take 80% of our data set as training set and 20% our testing set. And another one is data augmentation. It's mainly help in train image segmentation or like image training. A large dataset may reduce the chance of overfitting, and if we are unable to gather more data and are constrained to the data we have in dataset, we can just apply data augmentation artificially. We just rotate and flip, rescale, shift our image and add with the original dataset. It's not actually a very popular method, but sometimes it works. And another one is dropout method. It's also not too much popular. We just ignore the subset of units of our network with a set of probability. We just reduce independent learning, and we drop out. We need more epochs for a model to converge. We drop out. Thank you.
Hello, the topic is effects and impacts of overfitting. If a model does much better on the training set as compared on the test set, then it is overfitting. The consequences. A function that is overfitted will require more information. Thus, more data needs to be made available during the validation. Gathering this additional data is very expensive and is also prone to many errors. Therefore, each information must be verified by a human, and it is a cost expensive method. Also, it is complex, as the overfitted function will likely to have more parameters, as we are going to see that in our next example. How to prevent overfitting? Training with more data is one of the methods to prevent overfitting, which includes integrating more data towards the model and then retraining the whole model. So it also reduces the errors, and it is a great way to increase accuracy of the model. However, as discussed, it is quite expensive, and therefore the data is ensured to be clean and relevant. Data augmentation. An alternative to training with more data is data augmentation, which is less expensive. It means to create more data based on the available dataset. It just converts a given sample into a slightly different sample, and thus the data is differentiated, but the amount of data increases. Another option includes adding noise to the data, which can be easily understood as minimal errors. Adding noise to the input makes the model stable without affecting the quality of the model, while it makes the output more diverse. Data simplification. Overfitting can occur due to complexity of a model. Therefore, to reduce overfitting, we need to reduce the complexity of model. So we need to simplify the data. It includes running a pruning algorithm on decision tree, reducing the number of parameters, or using a dropout in a neural network. Simplifying also makes the model lighter and make the process run fast. Ensembling. Ensembling is a machine learning technique that works by combining predictions from two or more separate models. The most popular ensembling method includes boosting and bagging. Boosting works by using a simple base model to increase the aggregate complexity. It trains large number of weak learners arranged in a sequence, such that learner in the sequence learns from the mistakes of the learner before it. Boosting includes that the weak learners in the sequence make a single strong learner. Hello, here is the code implementation for overfitting. In the first cell, we have declared the usage of sklearn library, and we are using linear regression model. In the second cell, we have defined a mathematical function which is just used for extracting y values. Here in the last line, we can see that how we have made a sample and a relative data set. Here are the data set, that is the x set and the y set. Here we have plot the line between the x set and the y set. As you can see, the relation is not at all linear. In the next cell, we have implemented a simple linear regression model using just 1 degree. So here we get a straight line. This is the basic representation of underfitting. As declared above, we have used 3 degrees: degree 1, degree 4, and degree 15. Degree 1 gives us a model which is underfitting, while degree 15 gives a model which is overfitted, while degree 4 gives a almost correct fit. Hence, we can say that degree 15 model, which is the overfitting model, will lead to false results in test dataset, while the degree 4 model will give almost perfect results with negligible error. As we can see that the functions are almost overlapping. Thank you.